Hey, Adam.
Peter Martin.
I am so excited about the album we're covering today.
Man, I am super excited. Thing is, I don't know what it is.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't know
you
what
didn't get the
we're
memo.
doing. No.
Well, this is cool. This is going to be right in your wheelhouse. I think it came out right when you were sort of coming of age. We're talking late 90s. We're talking early 2000s.
Yes.
We're talking Y2K.
Buddy, this is in my wheelhouse. I did have frosted tips.
Okay, great. Actually, I'll just play you a little. You're going to know what this is.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Dre's Chronic 2001. That's a classic.
Oh, you're talking about?
Yeah. Still Dre. Yeah. The DRE. That doesn't get any better.
Allow me to educate you.
Or miseducate me, as it were. And you're listening to the You'll Hear It podcast.
Music Explored.
Explored, brought to you today by Open Studio. Go to openstudiojazz.com for your jazz lesson needs.
Right now.
Well, yeah, right now. Go there right now.
Go there. Pause
this.
And then go to openstudiojazz.com.
Finish this?
Okay, finish this. But then promise to go afterwards.
Right there. Where there is no miseducation, there is only education.
Right.
But today on the show, there's plenty of miseducation because we are listening to The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by Lauryn Hill.
Yes. The rare album title that includes the name of the artist as well. So it's Lauryn Hill's Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
I dig it. I really like it. This was released August 25th, 1998. This is...
Summer of 98.
The summer of 98. Just,
Summer of Shove.
Picture it.
Yeah.
The Truman Show.
Yeah. People are just starting to get a little scared about the Y2K, but it's not really dominating
on our radar.
our thought.
Yeah. No, I love 98. I was a young man. I was but 19 years old when this album came out, and it was a huge one for me. This was just like everywhere, everyone my age and probably many ages was into this album.
Younger and older.
It's one of the best-selling albums of the 90s.
It's one of the best-selling albums of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Grammy winner, and it propelled Lauryn Hill to legit superstar status. And it's the only studio album that she's ever made.
I know, it's
as
crazy.
A solo artist, which is nuts. Like,
I know.
She hasn't done anything since.
I mean,
it's crazy because it's so huge.
Right, but I mean, we got to remember she was already huge with the Fugees.
That's right.
Fugees. What did I say?
What did you say? Fugees?
Fugees.
So you're referring to
the
Fugees. This is from the score.
I feel like this was on the radio, MTV. Movies, everything for I feel like a year, if not longer. Was this 96?
Yeah,
97.
The score in 96. Yeah.
I mean, this was just like.
Let me tell you something. As a high schooler, when this song came out, whose main attractive quality was to be a musician, this was big for me.
That's right. Because you were like, that's actually Roberta Flack's song.
No, Peter, because the song is about falling in love with a musician. And I was like, oh no, it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah. How'd that work for you?
Kind of worked well. But that was, that might have been.
But I mean, that sound of the Fugees.
Why do you keep saying Fugees? The Foodies?
Fugees. We're Fugees. Fugees.
The Refugee All-Stars, the
right.
Fugees.
The Fugees. Like, that was kind of, like, if you had to name the sound of the mid to late 90s, right?
Yeah.
Like in pop music. Like you could name some other things, but this would be, you'd be right. You know, so I mean, that's like Lauryn Hill, even before her solo record, with the records with the Fugees. I'm just going to call it that from now on.
I'm so sorry, Wyclef. I'm so sorry. This wasn't, though, for a lot of people, their first introduction to Lauryn Hill. What do you know about this?
Deep cut.
Deep cut.
I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free.
Already sounds like her. Wait, who's she singing with on that?
She's singing with Tanya Blunt. This is from Sister Act 2, which is
T.O.O.
fairly successful sequel, all things considered. And Lauryn Hill had a big part in Sister Act 2. And that was my first introduction to Lauryn Hill, because as you know, I'm a huge Whoopi Goldberg fan. And so I've seen everything Whoopi's ever done. Love you, Whoopi.
Ghost.
Ghost is amazing.
Shout out.
Jumpin' Jack Flash, shout out. But yeah, that's from Sister Act 2. A lot of people discovered Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill had done some acting leading up to being a musician. And
she was kind of a teen actor.
She was, but always with music and singing there, including
precocious
in this movie.
youth.
And so this album came off of, like, this is not too far after The Score was a big hit.
Yeah.
She had a lot of heat going into 97 when she started to record this. She used a ton of musicians to make this album, to help produce. And
can we just go right back? I was just remembering, the order of it from The Score. Killing Me Softly, of course, which was the biggest hit of 1996.
Incredible version. The Roberta Flack version is one we've listened to before on this show, and we, of course, listened to the Fugees version.
And that kind of was a little bit of a resurgence for Roberta Flack. I remember people were like, wait, what was that song again? Like, older people remember. But then Ready or Not, remember that? That was almost bigger. You know,
great song.
That was great. That was a big one. Again, dominating. I mean, just that's the sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really became just so influential. Sorry.
No,
Please
it's all
go
good.
ahead.
So she's got a lot of heat going in 97 when she starts to make her solo album. And we'll talk about all the people on this album and then maybe some of the controversy around some of that later that came out. But let's get into the Miseducation.
Yeah.
This, like a lot of great albums, especially hip-hop albums from the 90s, has some sound design, some sketches, some things that happen.
Yeah.
And I love this. This is about, it's a concept album about getting educated about love, essentially. And it starts in a classroom.
I never learned anything about love in a classroom, by the way.
Well, The Score hadn't come out when you were in high school.
Please respond when I call your name.
Cool.
Kevin Charles, Jairus Boykin,
Jersey.
Alicia Simmons, Philip Valdez, Gabrielle Salado, Latoya Bradbury, Anton Mitchell, Shaquan Sutton, Corey Thomas, Tyron Lucas, Kania Caldwell, Tamika Marshall, Lauryn Hill.
Her name kind of stuck out.
One of the great transitions ever is from that brief roll call to the first song, Lost Ones. One of the great opening tracks ever.
Right.
It's funny how money changes situation. Miscommunication lead to complication. My emancipation don't fit your equation. I was on the humble, you on every station. Someone play young Lauryn like she done. But remember not to game new under the sun. Everything you did has already been done. I know all the tricks from bricks to Kingston. My ting done, major kingdom, one wrong. Now understand L Boogie, not violent. But if a thing test me, run for me gun. Can't take a threat to me newborn son. L been this way since creation. A groupie call you far from temptation. Now you want ball over separation.
It's pretty far away from His Eye is on the Sparrow that we heard in Sister Act 2.
And it's also like, you know, at first it's kind of like the Fugees. But then you're like, wait, it's only Lauryn's voice in terms, but she's not singing at first, which is going to beg the question, like, is this a hip-hop album? Is this a rap album? Is this an R&B album? Is this a soul album? Is this kind of a rock folk album folded in there as well?
It's kind of all those things, man. Yeah. It's got a lot going for it. It's got a lot of different flavors on it.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of rapping before they're singing, though, which was obviously intentional.
Well, luckily, she's pretty awesome at all of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, and the crazy thing about this is, if my sources are correct, if my notes are correct, full disclosure, we are not music journalists. We're music appreciators, music lovers, and music players.
you know, you say that every single episode, and I'm going to start pushing back because I'm going to Mizzou Night School for my music journalism degree.
Shout out Mizzou.
Pretty soon that's not going to be
But
true.
it's
Go
not,
Tigers.
it's not true yet. No, so this is, I believe, the second or third best-selling rap. If you consider this a rap, what does that mean? An album that is
Why you
that
gotta say
has
it like
a lot
that?
of rap.
Why you
on
gotta
it.
say rap like
hip hop? Because I don't know. I mean, what does that mean? I don't want to be that guy, you know. But I'm saying that this is not like there's an occasional like she goes to some non-song. I mean, like she is rapping on this. That's a big part of what this is, and it's been classified as this. Number 2, only behind Eminem, who had some big records. So like above Dr. Dre, Snoop.
Yeah, but
who
here's
else
the
would
thing.
be?
Here's why this is so special, and here's why Lauryn Hill's so special. Like Eminem, amazing, obviously, can't do this.
He can do that part. Yo yo.
He's great at that. This is the second track, X Factor.
All be so simple, but you
Hammond
rather
organ.
make it hard.
Yeah, that's got to be Poser, right? Probably.
Loving you is like a
And check this out. The timpani.
The timpani.
That's a very weird thing to program in. I love it.
Tell me who I have to give
Lauryn singing.
surprise
Her counterpoint vocals, so good.
Not sure which musicians are on each individual track, except for a couple of exceptions. But yeah, likely James Poyser.
Every time there's some hip keyboards played, it's got to be James.
It's got to be James Poyser, right?
You can tell.
Yeah.
That timpani, that's a very unusual instrument to use.
Buddy, I am a sucker for all things orchestral instruments used in these kinds of samples. Like everything from Chronic 2001 like that.
Right.
You know, same era.
Man, her voice is so beautiful. Her vocal stylings are so. But then her spoken word stuff is so cool and authentic and not like it holds up so well. What are you doing?
We're going to stop it there because that's coming up on my apex moment for a little bit later.
Okay.
So we're just going to hold tight there.
Yeah.
So that's X Factor. That's the second track on the album. More sketches after this where the teacher discusses love with the kids.
They're like interludes at the end of the tracks.
Interludes at the end of the tracks, which are so good. Third track is a song written to Lauryn's young son, Zion.
Yeah.
And this features Carlos Santana, which is going to
Ever
play
heard of
out
him?
here in another year after this album.
One day, I'm gonna understand.
Woo. Carlos.
Carlos Santana's
Man, that's
bad dude.
Well, Idris Muhammad.
Idris Muhammad sample we talked about in our discussion with the One Song lads. This is from that Lou Donaldson track.
Yeah. Idris Muhammad, of course, one of the greatest drummers ever come out of New Orleans or anywhere. And with that snare drum, that march, one of the most sampled hip hop. Can we just listen to that as the beat drops one more time on this? Because this is one. I think this is this has been sampled so much. I think this is the best placement of it, though. Because you got Carlos Santana setting it up.
That's
nice.
really nice.
And Lauryn Hill's like.
And everything that's around it, all the production around the
that
sample.
Blues. Oh.
What's crazy about this is it's basically Santana just blowing through the whole thing.
Right.
He never stops solo.
Man, never stop. And there's two of them.
And there's two of them. I wonder if they just like gave him a couple takes and used all of them.
I'm sure.
Unsure what the balance held. I touched my belly overwhelmed by what I had been chosen to perform.
Which is down that alto range.
But then an angel came one day, told me to kneel down. circumstance. I knew his life deserved a chance, but everybody told me to be smart. Look at your career, they said.
Well, she's real low in her range here because she's about to take it up.
Oh, she's so great coming out of that.
I chose to use my heart. Now the joy of my world is in Zion. Now the joy of
the way she holds without vibrato.
For sure.
But then, what are you doing?
And Idris Muhammad sample keeps going. Santana never stops.
Yeah. And the way they have it mixed with the two Santanas, there's one is sublimated, and one is out front, and the way that conversation, and then Lauryn Hill's conversation with her own vocal counterpoint, and man, her ability to I don't even want to try to imitate it, but basically the vibrato is when, or you can do it, you can sing it, because you start with a note without vibrato, and then you hold, then you go into some long vibrato.
Well, we don't like to think about it like that as vocalists, Peter, which, as you know, I'm very serious.
Is there better terminology for it than that? Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Thank you very much.
But it's fun for you guys. Yeah, you don't have to be a vocalist. He's not.
I'm not.
He is. No, but like when you hear somebody like Lauryn Hill, it's very easy to be like, oh, she's such a gifted singer. Yeah, duh. Newsflash. But like the different levers that she has to pull vocally where you connect the voice with the artistry. Like, what is that about? We talk about that on piano, on keys, on bass, on drums, on anything. But for a vocalist, their instrument is their voice. But to have that kind of control to make that decision, not just as sort of vocal pyrotechnics, although, you know, she's got a lot of that too, but to be able to connect that with the artistry of telling the story, coming out of that lower register, the alto, and going up. I guess it's still kind of alto, but getting up maybe a little bit beginning of.
Yeah, like the mezzo-soprano thing.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, she was 22 years old when she started working on this album, and she was pregnant with Zion.
Yeah.
And she started. Zion is the son of Rowan Marley and the grandson of Bob Marley.
That's right.
So a little bit of music royalty there. And the song is about motherhood and the spiritual transformation pressures to choose her career over motherhood, which, by the way, like this album, a lot of this album, it's about love, of course, and about heartbreak in certain points, and about falling in love, and about the complications of trying to be in a relationship with someone. And
there was some sticky wickets.
There's a lot of dirtiness going on as far as just like how relationships between people are messy sometimes. But I think that it's
dudes mess up everything.
Yeah, one of the things I love about this album is how much he talks about the process of being an artist, and like the process of being a human and an artist at the same time. And there's pressures, and there's lots of choices to be made along the road of creating art, and especially when you get to the level that she's at this point in her life, where she's one of the biggest stars in the world. She's 22 years old, which is still
so crazy
so
to
young,
hear. I know, but I'm remembering like to think about, because the maturity of her voice and her vocal stylings, like that's the thing. I mean, there've been plenty of great singers at 22 and 16 and 9 or whatever. And like we talk about a Stevie Wonder or somebody that comes up and is doing just genius vocal stuff well before the stage. But she's in that range though. You know what I mean? Like the maturity of her voice, when you hear, it's not that somebody can be a great musician or sing great when they're 22, but to kind of have that sort of almost elder statesman at the same time approach to how the storytelling is coming across.
Oh man, the songwriting is incredible.
Yeah.
The production
Which she did most well.
I mean, if you really break this down, and I know that there's going to be, we can talk about some of the detractors that have since come out of the woodwork since then, and people saying, well, she hasn't done anything else since this or whatever. But like what she's doing here is like, think about all the tools she's bringing to the skill set she's bringing, right? So the rapping and the singing, the songwriting and the producing. She's also insanely stylish. She looks like a movie star. I mean, it's like Miles Davis level of cool.
Yeah.
Accompanying all this, and she's 22 years old as she's doing this, and a new mom.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like this is like,
and she'd already been in like the Fugees since she was in high school.
I know.
You know,
it's nuts.
And also too, I believe that, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn. I'm not a journalist yet, but for Zion, like that, she was pregnant with her, that was her firstborn, I believe.
I believe so.
And she credits that pregnancy and him with getting her out of some writer's block on this album before that, which is interesting. She definitely got through that.
So next, I mean, first of all, Just the first 3 songs.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Lost Ones, X Factor, Zion. And then comes a huge hit.
Yeah, this was the biggest one on here. Or was the first biggest hit on here.
This is such a fun song. This is such a great video, too.
Yo, my men and my women, don't forget about the day.
How do you connect doo-wop, rap?
It's about a thing.
What a hook here. This instrumental hook.
And lick 2 shots in the atmosphere.
Yeah, the brass is killing. There's some good strings on this.
Since you were looking for your friend, the one you let hit it.
Can I just say that I did so many studio sessions in the 2000s?
Yeah.
Where they just wanted me to.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to do this so much.
Right.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks. And you know what? The way she rapped, I remember when she was doing this, even with the Fugees before this. Fugees. See if you're listening. The Fugees.
You're a big fan.
Like, she rapped in a way that was not like a lot of the female rappers at the time. This is not like that kind of MC Light, Salt and Pepper, who were great. I mean, like that was without them, there is no Lauryn Hill.
There will be no Salt and Pepper slander on this podcast.
No. I love
stand
that.
for it.
But like, it would have been easier for her to fall. This is more like Ice Cube, Biggie. Well, I guess it's a little before. No, Biggie. Yeah.
This time.
I mean, she was like, but her own way of doing it too. Like she was very, very much like had her own approach, but it was not sort of like I'm a typical female rapper.
I think she sounds great.
You have to unpeel the rapper to see the artist.
Oh,
there
boy.
you go. Okay.
Next up is Superstar.
Yeah.
Yo, hip hop started out in the heart, yo. Not everybody trying to chart. Say what? Hip hop started out in the heart, yo. Not everybody trying to chart. Come on now, baby, come on now, baby, come on now, baby, come on. Come on now, baby, come on now, baby, come on now, baby, come on. Come on, baby, light my fire.
Okay, so now, how far behind is she on that? That's already that. Everybody's like, oh, that was voodoo is what.
Music is supposed to inspire.
Oh, man, she's laying back.
How come we ain't getting no higher? Now tell me your philosophy on exactly what an artist should be.
This is what I'm saying. This commentary on how music is made, how art should be made. I love this. This is one of my favorite subjects that happens throughout this album.
Now who you know without any flaws, without any that lives above the spiritual
That's a hack right there. You want some little mystical touches on your album?
Oh, yeah.
You throw a harp on that.
Yeah. Ethereal.
Put a harp on it.
Not nocturnal.
Dreamy.
Yeah, dreamy. Pearly Gates. Little Pearly Gates.
Little Pearly Gates, little death.
Yeah.
That's Superstar. More of that later.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hails, yeah.
Then we have a couple final hour. Ooh, we got to play a little bit. There's so many tracks on this album, Peter. We can't play everything. Final hour is great. We got to play just a little bit of When It Hurts So Bad.
We're going to see if Columbia Records lets us play any of it. For that matter.
When it hurts so bad.
Oh, yeah.
When it hurts so bad. When it hurts so bad. When it hurts so bad. Why does it feel so good? When it hurts
Oh, this has been a great break. We got to get to the breakdown on this.
Can I just say what else is on this album? There's so many examples. We'll come back to it. There are so many examples. She uses the 2 chord.
Oh.
The 2 chord is all over this.
Don't stop listening now. This is going to sound good.
So we're here in the key of C when it hurts so bad, or A minor.
Yeah.
Right?
She does like a 2.
In this case, it goes up into 3, but there are a lot of tracks where it goes down to the 1.
Yeah. But that's almost like going, like that's the temporary 1 going up to the 2. Like the 3 is almost like the 2,
I admit, I must have ripped that off a bunch of times in songwriting as well. Yeah.
All good.
Okay, sorry. Back to it. What are you doing?
We got to get to at least the breakdown. It's like a minute in.
Skip it.
Okay.
What are you doing?
To keep him in my life. To keep him in my life. I cried and I
We got to talk about Jamaica too. because the musicians on here, the vibe,
The Caribbean
reggae.
is in the house.
Yeah, there's all sorts of. Here we go.
But I love the young man.
Paul,
And
Tom,
if you ever been in love,
Stuart, Chris.
then you'll understand.
You hear that little boom boom, that little reggae thing in there?
What you want might make you cry. What you need might pass you
Oh, I love that
by.
breakdown.
If you don't catch it,
Man, her layering is like,
All of the improvisations
yes.
happen around in the
Yeah,
vocals.
she's so good at that.
Okay, now we're about to add some royalty to the situation.
Ooh,
so
hello.
we're about to add one of the queens
Yeah,
to the cocktail,
yeah.
Mary J. Blige.
Now I don't.
I love the song so much.
I used to love him. Now I don't.
as I look at what I've done,
All of the bass lines, all of the chord changes on this whole album are so epic.
Yeah.
They're like evoke something truly special.
pray the Father will forgive. One situation involved a young man. He was the ocean, and I was the same. He stole my heart like a thief in the night.
Yeah.
Dull my senses and blurry my sight. And I used to love him. I used to love him, but now I don't. I used to love him, but now I don't. I chose the road of passion and pain. Sacrificed too much and waited in vain.
Mary J. Blige on the feature there.
So killing.
Mary J. Blige only a couple years out, just a few years later.
Oh, hello.
You know what I mean?
That's peak Mary J right there.
Dang.
Okay, so we alluded to the Jamaica. I mean, a lot of this record was recorded in Jamaica, was tracked down there in Kingston.
Yeah.
And the rich musical tradition there, the beats, the drops, the way the drums played, the way the bass is played, the way that snare drum is. Lauryn Hill said that she, quote, wanted to write songs that lyrically, sorry, I'm not a journalist, quote, write songs that lyrically move me and have the integrity of reggae and the knock of hip hop and the instrumentation of classic soul. And then, you know, she talked about later on, this might get into a little bit of a nebulous, historically nebulous area, that there was pressure from the label that this be a very much, I mean, you know, Prince was still like, basically that they were going to set things up like she was a female Prince, as in the artist Prince, and that like she's producing everything, she's writing everything, that it was listed at that was part of the shtick, of part of the lore of the album.
Interesting.
And she said that was a difficult position kind of that it put her in. You know?
Yeah.
Which I believe led to this whole situation with some of the other, what was it called? The New Arc production folks, Veda Nobles, Rashim Poog, and Jahari and I'm messing up this, Tejemol Newton. They're credited on the album for additional music contributions, lyrical contribution, additional production, but they claim that they were the primary songwriters on Everything Is Everything, Nothing Even Matters, maybe a couple other tracks. Lauryn Hill credited as the album's writer, producer, arranger, and performer only, in a very Prince-like way.
in very Prince-like way. Yeah.
So where do you fall down on that, sir?
Well, I mean, listen, would that, if it were true, would that be anything new in the history of music?
Exactly.
I mean, did Duke Ellington, Miles Davis not do similar things?
Right.
And do they get
Did Billy
a bunch
Strayhorn exist?
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is. And of course, there's like then the famous, a couple of years ago, Robert Glass brought on a morning show. I forget where it was. Or even
Breakfast
if it was
Club or
a
something.
morning show.
Yeah.
But talks about how he has friends who didn't get credited on this album for making some of the music. So
yeah, I mean, stealing versus influences versus borrowing versus you don't even know that you're playing something that you heard.
Getting paid what you should get paid. I mean, this is something that we can talk about forever with a lot of albums. You know, I don't know much about that part of it.
Yeah.
But that kind of stuff for me, it's interesting because like that never really taints the music for me, ever.
I mean, Lauryn is all over this record. Whether or not there were additional music credits or songwriting, like that's sort of a gray area.
I see a list of musicians this long.
Right.
On
think about
the
it.
album, I'm assuming there's a lot of collaborations, a lot of late nights, a lot of suggestions.
And I'm also assuming there's more musicians that didn't make it on that list for whatever reason.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Assuming that people did more than they got credit for. I mean, how many albums have you been on, Peter, where you did a lot more than you maybe got?
I was on this one, and I'm hoping this episode will get me paid for it finally. No, but just to
that you shouldn't call that out when it happens or whatever.
Yeah.
If like, but to me, it doesn't like the experience of listening to the music. I enjoy every artist that.
Well, she wasn't trying to hide. I mean, she got a lot of people listed on there. It's not like And the New Arc folks were listed. It was just how they were. And in any case, the suit was settled out of court in 2001, as these things often are, with sampling, with interpolation, with production versus songwriting. I mean, the record made a pile of money. Like, this is one of the biggest records of the night. I mean, it's crazy.
20 million albums or something like that?
More than 20 million, I think.
Jesus.
And which begs the question, I want to say, like, this gets into that territory of, like, mega records. I think the timing of it helps a little bit.
Still in the CD era, by the way. So it was like all profit.
Exactly.
It was like $22 for a CD. Back in 98.
Right.
$16 maybe if you're
And
lucky.
they'd already brought down the cost, to like 30 cents or whatever it costs to make
Could
this.
you imagine paying $16 per album right now?
I know, it's crazy.
For everything you listen to, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, I do. I buy albums for like $28 now.
Well,
LPs.
yeah, but LPs, but that's not all you listen to.
No.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's crazy.
No, we pay $28 a month instead. Hey, we're happy about
make
that.
28 cents a year.
That's right. But no, let's talk about this. Why is this? And as I'm listening to it now, I think I'm finally kind of trying to figure it out. But this record, like, why did it become so big? This is a great record. We're digging it. It was kind of in our era of, in our wheelhouse also. But like, why did this? Whenever you get above really 5 million, I would say, but definitely 10 million. Like, you're into serious crossover. You're talking about serious international, like your mass market, your McDonald's on a certain level. Not to say that to take anything away from the artistry, but I mean, like, you've hit a nerve with humanity when you can, like, what was it about this, you think?
I think, so first of all, I think some of the production on this album really helps Lauryn's cause for appealing to a mass audience. We just did our Thriller episode and Michael Jackson and Quincy.
How'd that record do, by the way?
It did okay. Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones were very meticulous and very intentional about making an album that would like play on rock radio, that would play on pop radio, that would play on R&B radio, that would be that had Paul McCartney, in order to like break out of just quote unquote urban radio at the time that they felt that Michael was stuck in. And this, I don't know if it was as intentional, but, think about how many acoustic guitars we've already heard on this album. And this is very much like in the Fugees tradition as well. So think about how many like nylon strings, not just Carlos Santana, but a lot of these songs, or acoustic piano and the chord progressions. We've already talked about, like, there's these like really beautiful, ethereal, powerful chord progressions. And I know I'm saying this is a harmony dork.
Yeah.
And it may not have a lot of weight, but I do think that these are very, palatable melodies, familiar chord progressions, and the production and instrumentation is not like, it's not like a Wu-Tang Clan album, right? Where you're just going to get like very raw samples of repetition and then like very raw rhymes on top of that. Yeah. She is talking about some very personal things, singing about motherhood. Yeah. There's this mix of rapping and singing.
Yeah.
And she's doing it all, and she's amazing at both those things. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but you just wouldn't think that would be I mean, like there's not like some of these other big albums you can see where it's really calculated. Like this is.
But again, not this, and not to play this up too much, but
I mean, you're right. I mean, the proof is in the sales.
She is gorgeous too. Like these videos, she looks, you know, when she's doing the doo-wop thing, and she looks like the '60s. I mean, she looks incredible. There's like she's a pop star at that point. She's just as marketable as anybody because of all of these things together. She just happens to have the soul of a underground musician underneath it all, and that's what she's kind of singing about throughout this album, which is really interesting.
I think that the lead up with those huge hits with the Fugees before this, you know, the Roberta Flack and the Ready or Not, and like those being such massive, and wasn't one of them in like a movie or something that was big?
Well, there's the conspiracy theory movie, which we'll talk about later.
Okay, sorry. I might jump the gun. My bad. You have a conspiracy theory about this
I
podcast.
do. Well, there was.
No, but I mean, those were like that kind of, to the mass market introduced her voice and that song. Because she has such a unique voice.
Are you talking about Killing Me Softly?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And Ready or Not.
And Ready or Not, 100%.
I'm saying like, so those hits were so big, right? And so by the time this record came around, like we were prepped, mass market a little bit was prepped for her sound and her vibe. And then like she delivered on this record that is kind of unusual to be a, you know, multi-platinum diamond or whatever this is.
Think about this, Peter. Even Killing Me Softly from the score, right? Which is like this massive hit, biggest hit of '96, right?
Yeah.
That is a easy listening hit from the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what the Fugees chose to release as one of their singles. Like that is, again, very palatable. And I don't know if that was intentional, but like that's something.
On the Snobometer, where would you put just that track?
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
That's a 1 on the track. You know what I'm saying? So I think, I don't know how intentional this was for Lauryn Hill or if it's just her personality. We don't know because this is the only thing she's ever done.
Right. Where's MTV Live Unplugged?
Where she sings all these songs. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Is like this is like the most original collection of body of work that she has. And so all we know is this. It's like it's the only fossil we have.
I mean, for people that want to be like, that's the only thing she's done. Okay, when you come with when you come with a banger like this, I mean, sure, we'd love to have some more. But
let's put a pin in that because I have more on that. We're gonna skip over "Forgive Them, Father." Forgive us, Father.
What are you doing?
And we're gonna go to "Every Ghetto, Every City."
Oh,
this is a banger.
Hell yeah.
I was just a little girl.
Stevie Wonder vibes?
Man, totally, but I'm here for it.
My mother
Living for this.
always thought I'd be
Living for the
minor to major.
Clavinet,
yeah.
Streets that nurtured Lauryn
bass is
Hill.
killing.
Made sure that I never go too far. Every ghetto, every city, and suburban
some of the best drum programming on this record.
Make me recall my days in the New Jerusalem. You know, story starts in Hooterville. Grew up next to Ivy Hill when kids were stealing quarter bills for fun. Killed a guy in Carter Park. Rode a mongoose till it's dark.
Man, her rhythm.
Shout out Mongoose.
The stolen ones. Every ghetto.
Who is this on bass on here? We don't know, right? Because she didn't put killing it.
Make me recall my days in the New Jerusalem. You know it's hot. Don't forget what you got. Looking back, looking back, looking back, looking back, looking back. You know it's hot.
This is Stevie Wonder fingerprints all over it.
Yeah. Well, now that low C on the.
Looking back, looking back.
Two down.
You like that?
Vagabond times 20 cents and a nickel. Springfield Lab had the best
the drum breaks.
popsicles. Saturday morning cartoons and kung fu.
Man, how great are nostalgia tracks? I love nostalgia tracks.
But this is like, man, this flow into what I guess was already being called neo soul at this point. Yeah, of course. Is like, because there's more like, and that's not necessarily rap, I mean, because she's singing, but like spoken word and like that flow between that. But then with the nostalgia thing, programmed drums, which normally I'd be like, oh, that's, man, the drums on here are just killing. like the sounds, the drops, like the beats, obviously, but also like when to pull it out. Like, you know, oh man, that's such a big part of it.
This is
the
in
breaks.
This is in a list song, a nostalgia list song in the grand tradition of Sir Duke, of Stevie Wonder's Sir Duke, where she's like listing all the stuff she likes. And she's riding on a mongoose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I used to love the mongoose.
BMX mongooses.
I hurt myself on a mongoose at an unmentionable place one time in the 70s.
I heard my mongoose once on a...
But also, it's a list song about things she loved about Stevie Wonder. Apparently, she listened to a lot of Stevie Wonder. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? She, as a little kid, she used to listen to that on repeat on her.
We should do a show on Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. That'd be
That's a good record.
That's a good record. And some Stevie Wonder. Have we done Stevie Wonder yet?
We love Stevie. Right. Something from the 70s, early 70s would be nice.
You know what? You're joking about the 70s, but now this is... How many albums have we done this season?
Yeah.
Between like the 95 and 2005?
I know.
At least 2.
Well, and then we got to talk about D'Angelo, Voodoo, and even Brown Sugar before this. Oh. Thank you.
It's coming, y'all. Our Brown Sugar episode is coming.
Yeah, so this is like 95, 96, something like that. So before, but this is like Fugees prime time.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna save it for the Brown Sugar, but I only play that because this is coming up next.
Yeah,
it's a feature on this album of D'Angelo.
Yeah. I think that's D'Angelo on Rose. I believe.
Skies could fall, not even if my boss should call. The world, it seems so very small, 'cause nothing even matters at all. Seems nothing even matters. Seems nothing even matters at all. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters at all.
Your love makes me feel 10 feet tall.
Man, I love this.
Without it, I go through withdrawal.
I love this track. But like the intro to me is like the most interesting musical part of this whole thing. The rest of it's cool. They're like vibing. I mean, of course, D'Angelo and Lauryn Hill, like their voices are so beautiful and distinctive on their own and coming together. It's like stylistically, it's like no problem. But in that intro, there's just like so much cool stuff musically. I feel like they're kind of just riding after that, but in an awesome way. It's a beautiful ride after that, for sure.
So technically, there's only 2 tracks left on this album, Peter, and
wow,
there are 2 hits left.
Is that including
2 monsters? No.
Oh,
yes,
the unmentionable hit.
It is. But first, it's this hit, which features a very young artist, and I'll see if you can guess who it is.
Oh,
maybe you know.
Yeah. Well, I got it in my notes. I didn't know at the time.
I mean, nobody knew. Nobody knew who it was.
What do you call that piano? That sound. That's killer. Not the left-hand piano.
It sounds like an upright.
Yeah.
A great video where like the city was on a turntable on an album.
Right. Woo.
Everything is everything. What is meant to be will be.
Man, the rhythm of the scratch. Oh.
After winter, must come spring.
Oh.
Change comes eventually.
So dope.
For everyone who struggles in their youth.
Stevie-ish melody here too.
Yeah.
Who won't accept
the major.
Instead of what is true. Gotta know the truth. It seems we lose
Playing with the major in the
before we even start to
It's fun to hear me singing when Lauren's singing.
I feel like, could you just do your own version of everything? That'd be great. So, okay, let's not spoil it.
Yep.
Can you guess who was on piano? I'll give you a hint.
He's quite a legend. Oh, sorry. Was that too on the nose?
Also a John. A John Legend. So a very young John Legend. I was looking for credits.
He loves the piano.
I was looking for credits for John Legend around this time. This was the first thing he ever did.
Was it?
That I could find that he's credited on.
He wasn't.
He was not known. John.
Early.
Now he's a legend. He's John Legend.
Was this still in his University of Pennsylvania, University of Penn grad?
Couldn't have been that far out because
shout out the Nerd Dogs,
the Nerd
whatever
Dogs.
they are.
The album officially ends with the title track.
How's that for some nostalgia for you?
That sounds like the hit shape.
It's totally.
Great.
Yeah. Famously, the LP tag over the whole song never leaves.
Just stays there.
This is the title track, my friend.
It is.
And life squeezes so tight that I can't breathe.
The way she goes down to the bottom of her range is so
And every
Stevie-esque.
time I've tried to be what someone else thought of me, so caught up I was unable to achieve.
Man, her biggest, I don't know how I missed this. Her biggest vocal influence, I think, is Stevie Wonder, just vocally.
100%.
Yeah.
You just get
Sorry.
it.
Well, I know she was influenced, obviously, but
There's that one run she does
So
a
much,
lot.
yeah.
Especially, I was going to say especially on this album. Only on this album, famously.
is this your favorite album, Lauryn Hill's?
It's my favorite Lauryn Hill album.
Apex album.
But it's definitely a Stevie Wonder thing. Like
Yeah.
It's definitely like a Stevie
Man,
Wonder
what an
influence.
influential dude.
So
We got to cover him.
do
man.
you
Next
remember
season.
anybody who's 25?
I love it when he gets that little gleam in his eye, little young Adam.
Do you remember
No. Yes. Maybe.
hidden tracks?
Of course.
Hidden tracks.
course.
Hidden tracks.
Yeah. The lore of them. Remember the lore? And it'd be like, wait, why isn't it on my copy? This was kind of late on the hidden track game, though.
A little bit, because
Right?
during the CD era specifically,
Yeah.
there were a lot of hidden tracks. And
Yeah.
you would listen to the last track of a song and you would let it play.
Because you don't know what's about to
Because
go.
you don't know what it's about.
Because you couldn't
Sometimes you would
physically see.
If you could fast forward, sometimes you could hold down the forward
Yeah.
and you could fast forward.
Because it wouldn't have a separate track number.
No.
It would just be.
It would be connected to the last track, and it would be almost like how Marvel does those cut scenes at the end of the Marvel movies, where it's like you don't stay after the credits, but
I don't see Marvel movies.
well, you're uncultured. But you stay after the credits, and there's a cut scene that's sort of like a teaser for the next movie
Right.
that's about to happen. There were a lot of hidden tracks. Now,
Yeah.
Lauryn made a cover song of Can't Take My Eyes Off You, made famous by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Oh, this.
Killing. This is shout out Frankie Valli.
The arrangement, that man, starting off like that.
You're just too good to be true.
Choke symbol.
Can't take my eyes off of you.
Used to put vibes on records.
I know. That was a little Motown trick.
I wanna hold you.
This is kind of a Frankie Valli goes Motown type of track, actually.
On the nose, Pete, on the nose. We all know that song. Great song. So
That
Lauryn
James
Hill,
Jamerson line.
exactly. Lauryn Hill does a cover version of this for the Mel Gibson vehicle, Conspiracy Theory. Do you remember the movie Conspiracy Theory?
No, because I'm not a Mel Gibson guy anymore. Okay,
Well, no one is, but the movie doesn't really.
I do remember the movie though. Yeah,
Yeah,
of
he was
course.
a conspiracy theorist who was obsessed with the crime, and I think it eventually ended up happening. And he
Right.
was like,
typical '90s lore
Anyway, a DJ like put that cover on a CD and started playing it, and it
from the soundtrack.
from the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And it took off. And it became
Right.
a big hit. So
The Lauryn Hill version.
the Lauryn Hill version.
But the Frankie Valli version was in the movie too, or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And so they had to put it on the album. They put it on because it was so popular, and they put
Right.
it on as a hidden track. And it's
because they were playing on the radio.
unbelievably good.
It's killer. I feel like this was the biggest hit off. It wasn't, but for a minute it was.
Conspiracy theory. Why?
Oh, check it out, the movie. Mel Gibson.
Opening April 15th.
Before he goes off the rails. I can see the future.
You're just too good to
Oh.
be true. Can't Can't take my eyes off of you.
And this is like
You be like heaven
kind of the most Fugees sounding track on here.
I mean, this is in the category of when a cover might be better than
We could do a whole
the
episode on
original.
that.
Frankie Valli didn't write this song, but his version is before this was the most famous version.
When it
But
goes to the chorus, it's killing.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got a vibe on
The
this.
sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak.
That little rhythm guitar?
Like I feel. Please
B3,
let
buddy.
me know that it's real. You're just too good to be
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Can't take my eyes
Oh, it's
off
two
of
B3s.
you.
I mean, Larry Golding's in here to talk about that one. But yeah.
I need you, baby.
No bass.
Yeah.
No bass.
That's right. Kind of a Fugees.
Need you, baby, to warm the lonely nights. I love you, baby.
That's high Hammond B3 kind of overdriving.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. Oh, pretty baby.
If James Jamerson hadn't been alive, what would every bass player have done?
Pretty baby. Now that I found
Oh.
you, stay and let me love you. Oh, baby, let me love you.
This is on the Apple Music version of the album now.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
Oh.
You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. As long as love has
Break.
arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I need you, baby. And if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm the lonely
How great is that?
nights. I
mean,
love you, baby.
I think that the Hammond B3, which is all over this album and this track,
Yeah.
that to me is part of the Jamaicanness
Yeah.
of this. I mean, this is like her band, and when you see her live band from this time, I mean, it's set up like a reggae band. Like,
Yeah.
There's B3, there's guitars, there's percussion, there's all of these things.
Shout out James Poyser. Even if that wasn't him on there, it probably was. But on the keys
general,
yeah, shout out.
James Poyser, come on the show sometime. We would love to talk to you. We're
should
huge
do-
fans of
Is
everything.
this going to
you've done.
become James Poyser, Greg Fillingane's Appreciation
Should
Club?
we do a James Poyser, Greg Fillingane's month?
The unsung? Well, they're not unsung.
We're
they're
singing,
like the glue
we're singing
of
as loud as
modern
we
American
can.
music.
We're singing as loud as we can. Yeah.
I only think Prince was great. But what you know about James Poyser? Come on, he's important too. Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, let's do some categories. There's
Okay.
there's one more. There's yet another hidden track after that. Tell him. None of this, the hidden tracks, by the way, don't matter anymore because you just see it
I
on
know, it's
your
like-
Apple
you
Music.
can't hide it.
Yeah, you can't. Okay, what's your Desert Island track, Peter?
I've got Every Ghetto, Every City. I love it. Like I was a little bit torn because, yeah, I mean, I just love, even though there's
Just a little girl,
like
skinny legs, a pressing curl.
good.
it's so like you could say it's reductive of Stevie Wonder, Living in the City. It's like a list of his, like it's a list song, but it's also like a list of stuff that she loved about Stevie Wonder. And you could go be like, oh, that's cheesy. But to me, it just sounds great. She's singing great. She's singing the blues on that with that minor, third, major. We talk about that all the time. But I think that's just like, that's joy. That's a joyful track on here. But everything's good on here. I mean, like there's 4 other tracks for sure I could have picked.
I'm going to go with Lost Ones, which is the first official track on the album.
Yeah,
Because
that's great.
when it starts, the first
Oh, yeah.
2 seconds, you know, like, oh, Miseducation's on.
That's
We're
right.
about to have a great time.
That's true. Oh, yeah. Come strong.
You know what I mean? Party has started.
And then that beat, that's saying something. But, oh,
It's funny how money changes situation.
On that first break,
Miscommunication lead to
like it's coming-
complication. My emancipation don't fit your
I mean,
equation.
that's a statement.
I was on the humble, you
Caribbean
on
right there.
yeah.
That's mine. What's your apex moment?
Apex moment, I got, on Superstar, 301.
301 on Superstar.
Yeah. That guitar going to those dominant chords. Man, I love this break.
I cross sands in distant lands, made plans with the sheets.
Shark
Like
Nine.
beef with freaks
Yeah.
as my album sells peak. All I wanted was to sell like 500 and be a ghetto superstar.
Big dominant 7 Shark
Yeah.
Nine chord on there.
I used to work at Foot Locker, they fired.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so gnarly,
Yeah.
right?
It's
crunchy.
really gnarly.
Do you want it?
And it leads up to it, and then she's singing the counterpoint stuff on top of it.
Mine is...
This is actually an album full of possible apex moments.
There's
Not
a
like,
lot.
there's no like huge, like, oh, it's all going to this. But there's so many cool little things like that, I think.
Do you mind if we just take a minute on my apex moment? I have it queued up right where it is, but it's only effective if we listen into it.
Okay.
It is the chorus of this, and it takes a minute.
Okay. Shake up.
But you rather make it hard.
Timpani.
Loving you is like a battle.
It's such a... Whoever thought of that, it's so weird.
Do we need to get a timpani in here?
Could you imagine the dude doing it every time? They did. They sampled it.
Again,
Surprise,
what we talk about, the 2 chord, right?
Yeah.
see, no one loves you more than me, and no one ever will. Yeah.
Oh, I know what he's talking
Is this just a
Yeah.
The 2 chords are the 1. That 2 minor is all over this album.
It's very Titanic.
The 2 is the most melancholy chord there is. You might think it's the 6. It's the 2.
Then pretend that you can't stay.
Lauryn knows how to lay back on that.
Who I have to be. I know what we gotta do. To get so red. Reciprocity.
Greatest use of reciprocity in songs pop music history, possibly?
Loves you more than me.
Yeah, she's kind of a wordsmith.
And no one ever will. No matter how I think we grow, you always seem to let me know it ain't working.
Peter Martin. What a great use.
Little tritone sub. Hello.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, this is crazy.
Timpani.
I keep letting you back in.
Man, there's so many great drum breaks.
That's one of my favorite moments in music history, honestly. When they go into that chorus,
You like that
no matter how it... I mean,
Yeah.
it's something that every song I aspire to write, I want to have a moment like that.
Would
where
you call
it's
that
just
an
like,
aha moment?
I would call it a give me
A Hales Jam
chills,
moment?
a chills moment.
Yeah.
Like it gives me chills even now, 25 years later. Let's do it.
You
It's
need
on,
a hug?
I'm good, but thank
Okay.
you. But it's good. Bespoke playlist
Awesome.
title. What do you got?
Let me hear yours first because I forgot to write this one in.
So I got 1 album goats. 1 album goats. This means like great artists and albums that they just made one. So
Yeah, I get it. Thanks for explaining.
do you need more of a definition? So Sex Pistols made 1 album. Derek
Did they?
and the Dominoes
Right.
made 1 album. Layla.
Yeah.
Jeff Buckley made 1 album because
Well, 'cause
he
he-
passed away.
yeah.
But and Lauryn Hill's up there.
Why did she only make 1 album? We're not counting MTV Live. I mean, it's a live album.
1 studio album,
Unplugged.
1 album of original music. Could you imagine the interest if Lauryn Hill made a new album today?
Yeah.
What if she made an album? What if
Yeah.
she went in the studio, she made 14 tracks and did it? Someone sends her to Kingston, she does this thing.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how nuts people would go?
Yeah, it would be.
I'm not saying
I might-
Lauryn,
it might
you
be
should.
out there.
You be yourself, do your thing, but man.
I'm just thinking, okay, I'm going to go really, man, y'all can laugh at me in the comments. Late 90s jams with a Z. That's the laziest. It's good though. It's lazy, but it's good.
It's one of the worst things I've
Late-
ever heard.
Is it really?
It's one of the worst
Late
things I've
90s
ever heard.
jams.
Not just one of the worst bespoke playlist titles I've ever heard. One of the worst things I've ever heard.
No, it's not even the worst one I've ever done. It's not even the worst one you've ever done. How could it be one of the worst? Okay.
Quibble Bits, what do you got here?
Quibble Bits, my bespoke playlist. No, my only little thing on this would be like listening to this, like the spoken words, like the, what do you call that? Not the spoken word, segue stuff. What would you call that? Like when she's in the classroom.
The interludes, the skits.
The interludes, like the skits. I love the first one. Like that sets it up and then goes into Lost Ones. I mean, that's a classic right there.
Yeah, yeah.
But like some of the later ones to me are a little bit like, I want to keep hearing the music. I don't need to keep
the conversations with the kids about love.
It's fine. But I mean, like there's so much of that there's so many stories within these songs. And like she's such a great storyteller with her lyrics and her voice and everything. But this is a quibble. It's not, I like it. I mean, it's super.
Peter, anti-children.
No. It's almost like we got space on a CD now to do this, But it's fine.
My only quibble bit is this is the only album of original music.
Your biggest fault is that you care too much.
Snobometer, what do you got?
I'm going 1 on this one. This has got to be a 1, right? It's either a 1 or a 10, man.
It's a 2.
But what's the difference between a 2? Why would you go 2 instead of 1? You think there's a little bit of snobbiness to it?
I think
okay,
maybe. I mean, it's hard to argue with 20 million. That's right.
Yeah, that's probably the worst numbering I've ever seen in my life.
It is. So you're right. You're right. Okay. Usually at this point in the list, we do Is It Better Than Kind of Blue? But we've got some good suggestions.
What did you call it? Kind of Blue?
Kind of Blue. K-O-B.
Yeah.
And some people say like, hey, when you all aren't talking about jazz albums, maybe use a different reference because it's weird to compare Thriller to Kind of Blue. And you know what? We kind of agree. So we thought, we did?
I'm going to preempt you. I see where you're going and I see what you're reading, but I'm going to can I one up you on this? Okay. Why don't we make it not only that it's a more comparable album, but it has to be within like 10 years of that record.
Okay.
So I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
Because what you have here is good. I'll just tell them. It's no secret. Yeah. You have Better Than Intervisions.
I was going to say, is it better than Intervisions?
Yeah. And I would say no.
Okay.
To that. But I think that's not fair because we're not in the same era.
I would also say no to that, yes.
We have to be same era. It doesn't have to be the same, genre. We're genre.
Same era.
I'm going to say better on this one. I'm going to nominate Better Than Voodoo. Just to make it a little more challenging. That is harder, isn't it? Hold up. I'm going to say, okay. I put what do you have?
No.
I said no too.
Okay.
Interesting.
Not hard at all.
But very close. Oh, no. I would put that.
I don't know.
Really? Okay. All right. There you go.
I mean, I love Miseducation, but Voodoo is, maybe too, it's the timing of everything now, with the D'Angelo-ness of everything. But
when you were in that red velvet whorehouse listening to Voodoo, that was such a particular moment for you, wasn't it?
Now that's the worst thing I've ever heard. Accoutrements, what do you have?
I have an 8. I could be talked into a 9 because it's so weird. I mean, I know exactly what
I got a 9. It's pretty great.
Yeah,
it's pretty great. What do you got for up next?
I've got Lauryn Hill MTV Live Unplugged because I think that's a great album. That was in heavy rotation around that was like 2002, 2003 maybe even because I remember it was CDs before we moved back. I remember like Kelly Martin used to listen to that a lot, and it's a fun. I don't think there's anything from this on that. It's a bunch of original music. It's stuff she could have done a record with. She did do that record. I know it wasn't super well received, but I think it would be good to listen to up next.
I have Dido, No Angel. Dido, No Angel. I almost went with Macy Gray.
Ooh.
I was thinking about albums around this time.
Yeah.
From what I like about Dido.
I feel like that would have been Macy Gray would have been a slight fall off from this. I'm going to be honest.
Do you know this Dido album, No Angel?
No.
1999, so a year after this.
Yeah, I like
totally
that.
different genre.
Yeah.
Dido, a English singer-songwriter.
Isn't it Dido?
It's Dido.
Dido.
And while she made more albums than just No Angel, that definitely was like the biggest one here in the States for sure. Like the only one I can think of.
And international.
Buddy, I'm just saying like, we're really basically going off of what were the CDs in my girlfriend at the time's car. You know what I see? Because Miseducation would come out and Dido would go in. And so I feel like for me, they go together very well.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right.
What else do we got here?
That's about it, man.
CTA.
What does that stand for? Grand Theft Auto?
Wait, that says Adam Voodoo.
Yeah.
That was Aaron. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
We'll take that out. We'll take that out.
Good. We got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Till next time.
You'll hear it.